Let's first recall how regular
Violent accidents happen casually and often. According to Ozwikia, the source for all things Oz, if you don't have an out-of-print hard copy of the original tomes on your hands, the indications are that violent death is still possible in Oz. In The Road to Oz, Chapter 17, the Tin Woodman states that a while ago the crooked sorcerer who invented the magic powder fell down a precipice and was killed. In the same chapter, a blue bear chokes to death on a fishbone. In Dorothy and the Wizard in Oz, Chapter 19, Eureka the kitten faces execution by beheading. In The Patchwork Girl of Oz, Chapter 20, the youth is caged to prevent him from eating people. He last ate a monkey. The enchantment of Oz does not negate the risk of pain, suffering, and violent death for its inhabitants. There are so many casual instances of violence that, when you stop and think about it, are very graphic and gruesome. Yet most are often just accepted at face value by both Dorothy's traveling group and, supposedly, the average reader of the early 1900s. In addition, in The Scarecrow of Oz, Chapter 10, King First is entombed under heavy stones at the bottom of a pond. In this state, he was of no more use to himself or the world than if he had died. Toto devours some edible townsfolk, and one of the survivors threatens to bake the group in his great ovens. In Chapter 17 of Emerald City, the group encounters Bunbury, a delicious-smelling village where the ground consists of flour and the houses are made of crackers and breadsticks. The people of Bewbury are edible, and they attempt to hide themselves so they won't be eaten nonetheless. Toto manages to eat some, which is rather graphic if you think about it. Later, the town tries to retaliate against the group and Mr. Bun threatens to bake Dorothy and her friends in the great ovens. The Kalidahs are vicious predators roaming around Oz. The Kalidahs are creatures who are described to have bodies like bears, heads like tigers, and claws long and sharp enough to tear a lion in two. The Cowardly Lion, like most creatures in Oz, afraid of the Kalidahs. W. Denslow's original illustrations, however, do make them seem more like straight-up tigers. At one point, the Tin Woodman has to chop down a tree so that Dorothy's group can safely cross a cliff and escape their attack, and this is one of several violence instances in which the Kalidahs appear throughout the Oz books. One of the most violent stories is when the Glass Cat character has a run-in with Kalidahs in the woods. She staves them off for a while, but while she recounts the story to Captain Bill and Trot, the Kalidahs once again spring on them. This time, Captain Bill uses his peg leg to spike one of the beasts into the earth. The Scarecrow is great at snapping necks. In the movie, when Dorothy first meets Scarecrow, they dance off together down the yellow brick road. In the book, Scarecrow takes his newly found freedom after Dorothy cuts him down as a chance to mercilessly seek revenge on the crows that tormented him during his active duty as a scarecrow. In front of Dorothy, he proceeds to snap the necks of hundreds of crows and is described as standing in a pile of black feathers and blood. Dorothy, so naively Kansas, realizes he's going to be a great road trip partner and invites him along on the adventure. A village exists where people are made of eerie porcelain dolls. One of the many scenes omitted from the film adaptation of first book in the series, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz 1900, was the dainty China country. In the southern quadrant of Oz Deep, within an enchanted forest lies a creepy little place full of sentient porcelain dolls. While some dolls are in pristine condition, Others are cracked and misshapen. Once a porcelain person cracks, they are very difficult to fix. The book describes large numbers of cracked dolls which permanently scared their bodies from doing headstands. Their faces are misshapen and their necks are bent. Also, they are clowns, specifically doll clowns. It's overkill in the creepy department. The Scarecrow has a haunting love interest called the Patchwork Girl. One of the scariest illustrations arrives in the form of the human-sized Patchwork Girl. The Patchwork Girl, affectionately known in the books as Scraps, is a teenage rag doll made from quilt scraps with pearl teeth and a felt tongue. The Scarecrow becomes taken with her beauty, and the two became an item, a match that sounds doomed to disaster. And Patchwork Girl first comes to life, spills a magical liquid that turns her creators to stone, and she is often up to clumsy shenanigans that turn sinister. Some believe Patchwork Girl was an influence on Raggedy Ann, who luckily looks nothing like the John R. Neal illustrations of her. The flying monkeys are cute compared to the book's wheelers. The flying monkeys are cute compared to the book's wheelers. Jack Pumpkinhead's head constantly rocks. Jack Pumpkinhead's head constantly rocks. Tin Man cuts off the heads of 40 wolves. Tin Man cuts off the heads of 40 wolves. The main villain is half-gnome, half-rock, and allergic to chicken eggs. The main villain is half-gnome, half-rock, and allergic to chicken eggs. Forget the Wicked Witch. The books have a princess who steals heads. Forget the Wicked Witch. The books have a princess who steals heads. The Wizard of Oz lobotomizes a see-through cat. The Wizard of Oz lobotomizes a see-through cat. The Tin Man is a Tin Man because he hacked off his own body parts.
Hey guys, thank you so much for the support and likes and comments down below, and also thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to see you in the next video. Then take care. Bye.